Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Roger H3, and today I'm going to talk about what Overwatch might look like if our supports get nerfed. I do think Kiriko is one character that a lot of people are getting annoyed with and think that should be nerfed. Kiriko can two-shot a Tracer. She can two-shot a Cassidy. Let's go ahead and take a look at Doomfist as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I messed up. 1, 2, 3. She could three-shot a Doomfist if all three are headshots also. That's a lot of damage to have done by a support in Overwatch. So this leads us to issue number 1, which is damage output. At this point, I do want to say if you have not subscribed and liked the video already, please drop a sub and like the video as I continue to grow. It'll help me out a ton. Continuing on the conversation of how much damage that supports do, I did take it upon myself to backtrack through the most recent season's patch notes to see how much damage do supports, or at least the supports that a lot of people claim are the problem, actually do. And I think all you'll be surprised to find out there has been almost no support damage nerfs since the release of Overwatch 2. So is it time for our beloved supports who are able to DPS to get nerfed, such as Bap, Alari, Kiriko, and maybe even Moira? Well, I'm not sure that this is the easiest answer that everybody's looking for. Let me tell you why. So picture this, you have a big meaty Orisa coming at you with all of her insane cooldowns that makes her almost unkillable. But then on your team, you also have a shoddy DPS who's playing Soldier and acts like he's never played Overwatch before. So what do you think bridges the gap between having one bad DPS and playing against a take that you feel might almost be unkillable? Well, the answer is having a support who is able to heal and DPS some. Now, I'm not saying I'm on either side of the conversation. I do think it's very annoying when I get accidentally killed by a Kiriko across the map. But then on the other hand, I also see that, it is important the supports are able to defend themselves and that they are able to do some damage that's at least meaningful. Now, I think the second key issue here is supports utility and abilities. And to those of you who understood the image of Baptiste pointing to a lamp, I applaud you and I thank you guys for being here. Nah, just kidding. I appreciate everybody being here. But also, once again, you guys just drop a sub on the channel to help me out, y'all. If you really like seeing the content, please subscribe. Thank you. But on to what I think the second main issue is that everybody doesn't like is the ability and utility of supports nowadays. I know Alari, her pillar is absolutely insane depending on what rank you are and what kind of matches you play in. I've been in a lot of situations where I try to destroy her pillar, my teammates let it be, and we literally can't get a kill because our team's just not competent on how to play Overwatch. But to be fair, I guess I'm probably not competent on how to play Overwatch all that much either, so, But I guess let me go ahead and show you some of these abilities and utilities that people may be complaining about. So let's go take a look. So hopping back in the practice range and taking a look at these abilities, I would say 2 of these are probably owned by Ana. One being Sleep, and the second being her nade. Next is Baptiste, and I would say probably his lamp or immortality field. Next, I would say is probably Kiriko and her Suzu, or as I like to call it because sometimes I forget what it's called, her Suzuki. And if I had to pick one more, I would say maybe Zen's Discord orb, although I haven't heard as much about it lately. But I truly do think these are honestly the main 2 reasons that people have issues with supports right now, and the main 2 controversial topics around supports. I mean, other than this stuff, what are you really going to bring up about them? Maybe their mobility. I guess we could say that their healing output could be too high, but at the same time, I don't know if I think healing output's too high or not. I mean, I'm curious what you all think. However, I'm not really sure that a support nerf is going to be the solution to what a lot of people are seeing as the ongoing issues in Overwatch 2. I think with everything going on currently, and DPS almost providing the least amount of value in a game, we almost need to take a step back and reset everybody's abilities and kind of hit the reset button on where Overwatch is and level out the playing field again. I really don't have an exact formula on how you do this. I say you just make sure that tanks are able to be killed. But, there's also the balance that if somebody's a good tank, they're able to also do their job without getting absolutely demolished. On the other hand, I think supports have to have the ability to fend for themselves and defend themselves a little bit, but they also shouldn't be to the point where they're doing as much or more damage than what a DPS is. And once again, I don't have a perfect formula. I don't have all the answers. I actually just started playing Overwatch during Overwatch 2, so I never even touched Overwatch 1. I came from a different background and I played Call of Duty growing up.
But these are just kind of my thoughts that I'm putting out there for everybody, and I'm sure some people have similar thoughts, and I'm sure some people completely disagree with what I'm saying. I think an option that would immediately balance the game out is doing 6v6 again and having another tank, where the supports don't seem as overpowered as some people think, and you have the ability to use your tanks in a variety of ways and use your composition slightly different. I think implementing this back into the game would give us a ton of options on what we can do, and I think we would see the gameplay a lot different. However, I know there were complaints with 6v6 from Overwatch 1, and that's part of the reason why they went to 5v5. With all that being said, definitely let me know what you all think in the comments down below on how you think that we can continue to keep Overwatch balanced. Do you think supports actually need a nerf, or do you think that this is just coming from a lot of the community complaining for no reason? Do you think the community has a reason to complain? You know, I think all of these are a lot of questions we need to be asking. Or is Overwatch, you know, just at the point right now where we should be content with it and people are just finding stuff to complain about because there always has to be something to complain about? Once again, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, or if you've been around and you just haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. It'll help me out a ton. We are trying to hit 200 subscribers by November 1st of 2023. I'm hoping we hit this goal. We'll see what happens. Additionally, drop a like on the video to help me out and continue to get this channel noticed. And if you're interested, please stick around. I do stream at least 2 times a week. Sometimes I stream even up to 4 or 5 times a week. That's just a fun time where I chat with everybody in the comments and just have a good old time. So I hope to see some of you stop by. Thanks for stopping by the video again, and we'll talk to you all later.